What is the most valuable asset a person can obtain or just have? Well, had a few things go on in the last week or so, and I think I know what it is. I definitely know it's not, but we think it is. If you ask somebody what's the most valuable thing you can have or obtain, a lot of people say a home. Buy a home because they're only going to go up in value, which is true probably 90% of the time, but there are cases where that's not true. So, not even that's the most valuable. Then you think invest in stocks and bonds, things of that nature, which, if you look at the U.S. stock market, it's always went up most of the time, but you could still even lose big with that if you put your money in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, and you think, those are the two things that come to mind. One more, gold. Gold's gonna always go up in value, right? Even that goes down a little bit sometimes, but most of the time, let's be honest, the way things are, the way our financial systems are designed, gold's gonna go up. But still, I would say that isn't the most valuable thing that we have. And the most valuable thing we all have access to, and we take for granted most of our lives, is time. Time. You don't know how much you have of it. It's limited. And with time, you experience living. And some of the worst things can happen to you, and some of the greatest things can happen to you. But I would argue it's the most invaluable thing we all have possession of. And most of us go through our lives and don't maximize it. We go through doing mundane things. We go through it almost expecting like nothing's going to happen. And I get the logic when people say, well, if you're worried about passing away all the time, then you won't enjoy life. But the opposite is also true. If you don't value that it's limited and how invaluable it is, you're equally wasting your time. And the funny thing is, we trade it for the cheapest things. We'll go to a job and give them our invaluable time for a limited resource. And most of the time, what do we do with that money we exchange for our time? We buy things that depreciate, things that lose value. We don't even actually understand how invaluable it is. We'll be jealous of the rich man that has all that money. But you know what he don't got that I have? I'm not even that, and I'm not even young. That's what? Time. You know, it's just something to think about. As I get older, I look more and more as money as a means to an end. Because I never get the time back. I'll never get it back. And the only thing I can think of is you have to ask yourself, and I think everybody should ask themselves, what is their time actually worth? I don't think people ask themselves that enough. Because if they did, most people would make invaluable decisions with their lives and not value decisions with their lives. Y'all take care.